Herkese merhaba. Ne Oynasak Acaba kanalına ve sinema tadındaki Türkçe altyazılı GreedFall serisinin 6. bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Geçen bölümde Coingard tavernasına Jonas'ın kayboluşunu araştırmaya gitmiştik. Bakalım burada alacağımız bilgilerle Jonas'ın kayboluşunun arkasındaki sır perdesini aralayabilecek miyiz? Serinin daha çok kişiye ulaşması için beğen butonuna basmayı ve abone olmayı unutmayın. Eğlenmeniz dileğiyle iyi seyirler.
I don't have the key.
Nasıl yok ya?
I don't have the key.
Bu aldığımız anahtar neydi? O değil. Bunlar da değil. Quest item'ımız değil mi ya işte? Ha şunu aldık. Storeroom. Tamam, storeroom'u açıyor.
I don't have the key.
Allah Allah. Ha şurayı açıyormuş. Aha sandık. Oh topla topla. Al işte ya, take everything diyelim ha. Niye öyle uğraşıyorsam. Tamam gidelim hadi. Kardeş çocuk nerede?
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I am looking for a Nord. A young cabin boy who has been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A note, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Sen tipini hiç beğenmedim ben.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
Evet. Soralım
How
hepsini.
is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
Has the Malicor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People were still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Yeah, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tir Freddy.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
Tamam, başka bir şey kalmadı herhalde.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Bundan ne öğrendik? Bir tane adamın yerini şu adama soracağız galiba.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, my lady, you're in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Toleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Evet, Fontaine ailesinin evine gideceğiz de onların 3 tane evi var. Hangisine gideceğiz? Ha. Aa, orası warehouse'muş. Burası evleriymiş. Buraya bir uğramıştım ben ama bir şey çıkmamıştı o zaman. Şimdi çıkacak herhalde. Bu arada şu şeyi de çözdüm. Kıyafetlerin sağ alt tarafında ağırlık ve parasının yanında bir tane amblem çıkıyor. O amblem işte hangi şeye bağlı olduğunu gösteriyor onun. Yani mesela bu şu anda notların kıyafeti. Onların amblemi çıkıyor. Bunları giyip onların bulunduğu yerlerde fark ettirmeden gezebiliyoruz galiba. O da bilgi olarak dursun kenarda. Devam edelim. Ya bir yürümeyi bilmiyorsunuz arkadaş, çekilin ya. Burası boştu ben geldiğimde. Ha, bu teyze temizliyor da hala temizliyor.
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Aynı yeri temizleyip duruyor, manyak mısın sen ya?
Might I help you, my lady?
I need to be going. Farewell.
Bir şey çıkmadı oradan. Lady ile görüşelim. Mürebbiye sandıydım, bu lady'ymiş lan.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lady de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Ne diyorsun lan?
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact... It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
Allah
The
Allah.
Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Bir şeyler daha vardı bunda
Excuse me,
konuşacak
madam, but I
sanki.
haven't quite finished my inquiries yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Allah
With
Allah.
respect, my lady.
Kendi otomatik sordu herhalde. Orada bir soru daha vardı. Ne oldu şimdi? Bulamadık adamı. Çocuğu. Notlar da az şerefsiz değilmiş ha. Doğru söylüyorsa tabii. Vasco'dan öğrenelim bakalım. Anam ne oldu? Nereye geldim ya? Burada işte bazı kararlar vermemiz gerekecek galiba. Yani şimdi mesela kadının yanında mı olacağız, notların yanında mı olacağız? Çocuğu kurtarıp notları mı teslim edeceğiz yoksa bırakacağız ailesiyle mi yaşayacak falan gibi kararlar alacağız herhalde. Çünkü şeyden bahsediyordu. Oyunda sürekli değişik factionlarla değişik ilişkiler kuracaksınız. İşte seçim yapmanız gerekecek falan filan gibi. Soralım bakalım ne diyorlar.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Hala kabin boy diyor. Burada ne var? Eski sorduklarımız var orada.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serisi.
İnsan üzerinden kontrat mı yapılır lan?
Is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child, and ever since he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home, and we are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillon is a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Corsillion'a gideceğiz şimdi. Corsillion şurada duruyordu zaten. Başka bir şey açılmadı daha değil mi? Ha şurada Jonas'ın nerede olduğunu keşfedin diye bir görev açıldı. Şurada da bunlar hakkında bilgi edinin diye çıktı. Bakalım. Bu söyler bize ne olduğunu.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
Adam Hollywood yıldızı gibi ya, tipe bak.
Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child, due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards.
Ne babalar var
That is of
arkadaş.
little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Ugly lan tabii.
Didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Ne yapacağız şimdi? Almayalım bu çocuğu. Kalsın orada ya. Yazık, günah değil mi ya, anasından babasını ayırıyorsunuz? Bununla konuşacak başka bir şey var mı?
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tifredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Evet. Şimdi gideceğiz, çocuğu bulacağız mecburen. Mecbur değiliz de. Yani görevi tamamlayalım. Yazık edeceğiz çocuğa ama. Anlaşma anlaşmadır kardeşim. Aha, ne oluyor? Oğlum böyle bir ani hareketler yapmayın, ben tırsıyorum ya. Allah Allah. Çekil çekil çekil. Bu ne? Evet, büyük ihtimalle burada şey yazıyor. Bu
This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
gittiydik ya lan, hatırlamıyor musun?
Shall we take a peek?
Bunların şeyine gideceğiz şimdi. Ambarlarına gideceğiz şuraya. Zaten ben bunlara hep gitmiştim de. Erkenden gittiğimiz için görevler açılmadı. Hapishane gibi. Demek ki görevleri takip etmek lazım. Öyle mal gibi dolanmamak lazım.